How's it going, everybody? Johnny Styles here with the Wellness Observer Live, powered by Liquid Sunrays. Visit liquidsunrays.com. We are going to be at the 2022 Olympia. So if you haven't booked your very best tanning forum, Liquid Sunrays, go ahead right now. Visit Bad Dude CO and use the code WOL15 to get 15% off. Very cool supplements that you're not going to find out, in your normal day-to-day shops around. Go check them out. They're very cool dudes. Buy American Daily. That's pretty much baddude.co. So today we're going to be talking about Isa Pereira Nunes. She is a Brazilian bombshell, of course. I am going to be reviewing and reacting to her video from the 2021 Olympia and her walkthrough, and just talk about things that she probably can get better, because as we get closer to these athletes, as you saw in my Yarishna video, which a lot of people didn't understand why I didn't critique her as much in her walkthrough, it's because Yarishna is pretty damn good at the walkthrough, at the posing, at the walking, and all that, all that jazz. She's really, really good. It's just her body wasn't really good. But coming back to Isa, Isa is great, and she is the current Miss International / Intercontinental champ. She won the Arnold, and that makes her the Miss International Wellness champion. So you got Franciele Matos, which is the official world champion as the Olympia champ, and you got Isa, which is the current Miss Arnold International or Intercontinental, just like I like to call it. When Isa popped out in the wellness world, if you want to call it that, she was competing way before people even knew who she was. I remember talking about her, and I remember telling people, this girl's going to go far. This girl is amazing, and she has a bright, bright future ahead of her. What happened was I was comparing her to, a smaller version of Vivi Winkler. If you don't know who Vivi Winkler is, please go search her out. And that's another topic of conversation. She's one of the very best. I always remember telling people, Isa is kind of like a Vivi Winkler, but, in a smaller package. She has the look. She is very pretty. She is petite. She's on the smaller on height, but she, bang for your buck, if you want to call it that. She has all the right tools in the right package to do amazing damage, not only on the Olympia stage, but on any stage. So it was really cool to see when she went back to Brazil not long ago, and she trained with Vivi, and it was awesome to see, because when you're seeing is her right next to her, and if I can pause it right here, you can see that now she can actually, I used to call her, a smaller version of Vivi, but with time, with training, with eating, this comes out, ladies and gentlemen. And she's not out angling Vivi right here, as you can see in the feet. She's not angled, in the height, yeah, but in terms of size, in the quads alone, finally, in the year 2022, we can see that Isa has catched up to the Goliath of Vivi Winkler. And hey, my friends, this can smell trouble for a lot of people. Remember, if you don't know, last year's Olympia, I had Isa placing second, and things didn't go that way. But I am gonna be playing and reacting to her routine before we get into the whole 9 yards of what do I expect from her coming into the Olympia. This is the routine right here. As you can see her, she was walking slowly. That's one thing I want you guys to realize. A lot of girls that we've seen in the show, these girls basically run towards their posing and their walkthrough or their catwalk, or however you want to call it. Their walk usually is fast. So, one thing I will tell these girls is that they can learn from Isa. She was walking really slow. She was taking the time necessary to show the entire world how her quads flared step by step. So if you see her here going to the stage, look how slow she walks. Look how slow she walks in a minute here. When the video starts playing, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. turns to the side, beautiful pose, beautiful coloring, and this side pose is money, right on the money. I'm gonna tell you guys, I gave her 4 stars. Great posing, great presentation, overall a great look. She everything on her flowed. Tight abs, conditioning was perfect. Not too hard, not too soft. And that's not easy, really. That's not easy to find or achieve. Great glute ham teardrop along with crazy quads. And of course, amazing freaking calves. The calves are amazing. I even stumbled there. That's how good they are. Again, I had her placing second. See the long time she's taking to show the judges all the right parts of her body. Okay, this is very important because she needed to show them how good she was on stage. So in reality, it's really hard when a competitor is that good on her presentation, because the reason I'm reacting to this is to see if they can get better, and I can give my critique and they can get even better. I hope she doesn't come in, the same way. I hope she adds up some flair to it more, because now the entire world and America has seen her. They know who she is. We expect to see a little bit of growth on her lower body and a little bit of growth on her shoulders. It's going to be really interesting to see, because here her glutes could get even bigger. And she ended up doing, 8 more pounds for the Arnold Classic. And what happened in the Arnold Classic was that Isa was undeniably the winner. That's something that, it happened with Francielle Matos as well. When Francielle Matos walked out in the Olympia, she was totally undeniable. And Isa did that same thing at the Arnold Classic. So coming into that, we just have to see what's going to happen with her. She has gained weight in a good way. She's gained some muscle mass, especially in the lower body, and her body just flows. What I was saying earlier was that it's really hard for a competitor to achieve two things. And we've seen some people talk about it before. We've seen some people talk about it in other forums, that some of these girls look really, really hard, when in reality, you should be, having a perfect mixture of both. But with her, she totally nails it. So between her and Francielle, I think it's neck and neck compared to their conditioning and shape and size and structure. The only thing that Isa is missing right now is, the height factor, but that doesn't really matter. Now, coming into the Olympia, I've seen her training. I've seen her training the gym here in Florida. This is what you're seeing right here. This is no fancy lighting. This is no fancy camera work. This is her really training hard, balls to the wall. One thing I'll say about Isa as well, I've seen her 3 weeks out from the Arnold Classic, and I was a little bit concerned. I was training with her in the gym, and while her calves were amazing and her overall look was beautiful, because she is a beautiful girl, I was concerned she wasn't as hard. And then in less than 14 days, this girl pulled it together, and this girl totally nailed the total package. So she is dangerous. Last time I talked to her, she was up in weight, and she kept her structure, and she kept coming in strong. Remember, I had her second place at last year's Olympia. This is going to be really interesting to see, because right now we will have the world champ next to the Arnold champ. And usually those two can do battle, but you're going to have to wait for that until I post the predictions, because it's going to be really interesting. Things fluctuate and things change. But then again, this is one of the latest updates from Isa before she flew in to Las Vegas, Nevada, because she flew in again, a week out from the show. She didn't flew in a month prior. She was still working out here in South Florida, and her waist is tiny. Her legs are fuller, and she has, again, I hate to repeat myself, but this is the total package according to many, many people, many judges, and a lot of judges already know about her. A lot of judges know about her conditioning, her shape, her structure, the whole 9 yards. So, who do you have? What do you have? Do you have her beating the champ? Do you have her in second place, third, fourth? We will find out in just a few days. I'm really excited to see her. She's one of the very best. Again, if any girl is watching this video right now, I would highly encourage you to, look at this video over and over again, because this is top of the line posing, especially if you need to show the judges your strong points. You don't need to rush the stage. You can take your time, smile, look at the audience, look at the judges, show your side angle, show your glutes, show your calves, move your hair, be calm, be confident, and all the rest will just flow. This has been Johnny Styles, the godfather of wellness. Thank you so much for following the Wellness Observer Live. Keep it locked to the Wellness Observer Live as we count the days for the Olympia. Remember, a video every single day right here on YouTube, Spotify, and of course, you can also hear it on iTunes. This has been Johnny Styles, the one and only. Let's do this, and I'll see you very, very soon.